The STEM conference is all about getting to the heart of what it actually means to offer quality STEM education in the 21st century. It is about schools, school districts, their administrators, and teachers making the right connections in order to get the job done.
Since we're coming from all over the United States, and some of us outside the United States, it's actually beneficial to bring like minds together to share best practices, to learn about what strategies are working in one place of the country so that they may be adopted in other places.
It's a terrific range of people. It's so good to see that there are so many people in the community that come together to make STEM education actually work in our community and in our nation. I'm so honored to have won the Community Inspiration Award. It's a great deal of what we do at Great Lakes Science Center. We try every day to spark an interest in STEM, and we know that it's critical. There are so many things you can do to inspire a child to go into a STEM career, but really sparking that interest is a critical factor.
It was great to be in a room with so much energy and so many people who are focused not just on STEM careers, but on helping students succeed and realize their potential in the future.
I am humbled and appreciative of being recognized as an awardee this year, and I just want to thank everybody involved.
I really like the energy that's here at the conference and the fact that there are superintendents here, principals, and not just teachers. Many times you go to a conference and it's just teachers, but I think it's so important to find administrators here so they can see what work that needs to be done.
I think conferences like this are really beneficial because it gives the educators a chance to come out of the classroom and see what's new and innovative and what's going on and what the buzzword is and what's going on in the world of education, so they'll have some new and fresh ideas to take back to the classroom.
I think these conferences, just seeing how other school districts are using STEM and incorporating that into their curriculum, and then kind of the process of how they're doing it at an elementary level all the way up to a high school level.
It was interesting seeing how different school districts are meeting the needs of students to prepare them for life that they're or for jobs that aren't even created yet.
The reason we came to such a STEM conference here in the States is to kind of see what the Americans are doing. How can we implement what the innovative things that you guys are doing here back in Japan? Because believe it or not, we're kind of struggling. Japan has the image of being, the technological capital of the world, but in terms of English education in the global workforce, it's not so great in our eyes. So us being able to come here and to share our story, to share how we've dealt with those challenges, and to gain inspiration from you guys here is very beneficial for us.
Well, they're important not only to learn more and hear from experts and other practitioners, but to really connect. The theme of this conference is really true, that you have to make those connections and network so that you can have that supportive community.
I met a gentleman who had actually lived and worked in Japan for 12 years, and we immediately made a connection. And we're actually going to work together now on this project, maybe a sister city, sister university project, where our students can come to his school, his students can come to our school in Japan, and this all just happened today.
Well, the highlight is getting to network with other people in the U.S. and seeing that STEM is not something that's going to go away. It is something that's here to stay. So it's best conferences like this allows us to talk to other people from different schools. And I'm in an elementary school, so to see high school kids, teachers in high school administrators and middle school administrators coming together to collaborate, it makes me empowered to think what I'm doing now, my kids will benefit from this in 5 or 10 years. When they get to high school, they'll already be, a step ahead of most kids.
Just seeing that, the importance of STEM and the different techniques that everybody's using in different ways to incorporate STEM into their curriculum, that's been the best part.
I've met so many good people and been excited by so many new ideas about teaching and learning about teaching that it's given me quite an education too.
Definitely the people here we're getting energy from them, so it's been great.
Things like this come around so the educators will have the opportunity to come out, revamp, reboot, bounce some creative ideas off one another, and come up with some new and innovative and exciting plans for our students.
We want to empower our students to be more inquiry-based learners. We want to get them thinking about careers in the science field and engineering fields, and a conference such as this will give us that empowerment to go back and provide those ideas to our students in our school.
I'm glad to be here. It's been a great opportunity.
Just being here with all these, like-minded people, people who appreciate STEM and people who understand kind of why we need to do this. And I was actually very surprised that I had, over 100 people coming in to listen to me talk about Legos and how they're relevant in the classroom. So meeting a lot of different people, getting together with people who have the same ideology, same ideas that I have has been awesome.
I think the breakout sessions have been really good. I've gotten a lot of good information, taken lots of notes, and been able to get lots of information from different people, different attendees at the conference.
Information was so much more than I had expected. I made some excellent contacts. My school is starting to set up a STEM program, and I have some really great materials to start with and some great contacts to work with. So.
I was a bit discouraged before I came to this conference just because there's so many problems in the public schools. But I actually see forward motion here. I really do, and it's just great to see.
I was the MC for all 3 days, and it was really absolutely spectacular to see not only the professors, the educators, the superintendents, community leaders, and then the students and parents. It was absolutely delightful.
I think I've been teaching STEM for 3 years now, and I think the main thing that I've learned through teaching it is that it's not really about STEM careers and getting kids into engineering and things like that. It's more about a way of thinking and getting kids to think as problem solvers and to think in project-based ways, and to try to start with a problem and a goal in place and try to solve it. And coming to things like this, it's really great to see how other people are approaching those problems.
I think the best message and the best takeaway that we have for the STEM conference today is to look at your science or math or technology in any way, shape, or form as a learning experience, and to use that in your life. Go out and talk to people about science. Be science educators. A lot of people today say they love science, but they don't know as much about science as they should. And I think today what we find here are the good ideas about teaching science can translate itself into understanding science, which is really important for today's society.